The Big Ten championship game is the ultimate test, a collision of tradition, talent, and tenacity that defines the very heart of college football. Each December, two teams rise above the rest, earning the right to compete on the grandest stage the conference has to offer. Here, the conference's best battle for glory, history, and a shot at the college football playoff. Every snap, every tackle, and every touchdown carries the weight of a season's worth of effort, sacrifice, and dreams. The stakes are sky high, with the national spotlight shining on this single contest. Millions of eyes are glued to the action, as fans and alumni from coast to coast hold their breath with every play. For players and coaches, it's the moment they've worked for all year, a chance to become legends. The memories forged here will last a lifetime, echoing through the halls of their universities and the hearts of their supporters. Every season, the journey is grueling, with fierce rivals and razor-thin margins for error. Injuries, upsets, and last-second heroics all shape the path to this championship showdown. Fans nationwide tune in to see who can withstand the pressure and emerge as champion. Living rooms, sports bars, and campus quads become arenas of anticipation as communities unite in hope and pride. With the expanded 12-team playoff, winning the Big Ten is now a direct path to a top seed and a coveted first-round bye. The stakes have never been higher, and the rewards never greater. This game has become a national event, shaping the entire postseason landscape. Analysts break down every play, and the outcome sends ripples through the college football world. The atmosphere is electric, whether it's a powerhouse defending its reign or an underdog chasing a miracle. The roar of the crowd, the tension in the air, and the possibility of history being made are palpable. The Big Ten championship is where dreams are realized, or shattered, in 60 unforgettable minutes. In this arena, legends are born, and the legacy of a season is written in the annals of college football forever. Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis once again hosted the Big Ten championship, its central location making it the perfect meeting point for fans. On December 6, 2025, the stadium buzzed with anticipation as Indiana and Ohio State prepared to clash. The crowd was a sea of crimson, cream, scarlet, and gray, energy crackling from the opening warm-ups. For Indiana, playing in their home state added extra emotion and motivation. Indianapolis transforms into a college football paradise every championship weekend, with fanfests and tailgates taking over downtown. The city's experience hosting major events ensures a memorable weekend for all. As kickoff approached, tension reached a fever pitch. Pre-game ceremonies and team introductions heightened the spectacle. This was more than a game. It was the culmination of two near-perfect seasons. Under the bright lights, two of the nation's best were set to collide for the title. The 2025 Big Ten Championship was more than just a football game. It was a classic David versus Goliath, a collision of tradition and hope under the brightest lights in college sports. On a chilly December night, fans from across the Midwest poured into the stadium, buzzing with anticipation for a matchup that had captured the nation's imagination. On one side stood Ohio State, the perennial powerhouse, a team with a legacy as deep as the sport itself. On the other, Indiana, the season's Cinderella, a program that had never tasted this kind of spotlight. Ohio State entered as defending national champs, boasting 5 previous Big Ten titles in the last decade, and a roster stacked with blue-chip talent. Their trophy case gleamed with the weight of history and expectation. Their offense was explosive, led by a Heisman candidate quarterback, and their defense was loaded with future NFL stars. The Buckeyes had steamrolled to a 12-0 record, rarely challenged, and seemed destined for another title. For the Buckeyes, this was expected, a coronation before another playoff run. Their fans arrived with confidence, already dreaming of another national championship banner. Indiana, meanwhile, was the ultimate underdog, defying every preseason prediction with a magical undefeated season. Their journey was built on heart, resilience, and a belief that anything was possible. Known more for basketball, the Hoosiers played with grit, discipline, and an unbreakable bond. They won close games, made clutch plays, and silenced doubters week after week, turning skeptics into believers. Their journey to Indianapolis was the feel-good story of the year, inspiring fans across the country and uniting a campus that had longed for football glory. Experts gave them little chance, making Indiana heavy underdogs. But the Hoosiers played free from pressure, fueled by belief, camaraderie, and the thrill of proving everyone wrong. The stage was set for a true showdown between the established kings and the hungry upstarts. The stakes? Everything. History, pride, and a shot at immortality. As the teams took the field, the air crackled with possibility, and everyone knew they were about to witness something unforgettable. The Big Ten's new single standings format in 2025 made the race to Indianapolis more competitive than ever. No more divisions, only the two best records advanced. Ohio State clinched their spot with a perfect season, capped by a decisive win over Michigan. For the Buckeyes, another trip to the title game was business as usual. Indiana's path was dramatic, close wins, upsets, and a rivalry victory over Purdue to finish 12-0. Both teams emerged unscathed from the Big Ten gauntlet. The new format delivered two undefeated teams, no controversy, no debate. The stakes were clear, a true championship showdown on a neutral field. Only one would leave as the undisputed king. From the opening whistle, it was clear this wouldn't be the Ohio State blowout many expected. The energy in the stadium was electric, with both fan bases on edge, knowing that every play could shift the momentum. Indiana came out with a chip on their shoulder, determined to prove they belonged on the same field as the perennial powerhouse. The game quickly became a defensive slugfest, with both teams trading field goals and every yard hard-fought. Each possession was a battle, as defenders swarmed to the ball and offenses struggled to find any rhythm. The crowd roared with every tackle, sensing that this was not going to be an ordinary game. Ohio State's high-powered offense was stymied by Indiana's relentless defense, which forced turnovers and made crucial stops. Indiana's secondary blanketed receivers, while the front seven pressured the quarterback into mistakes. Each time Ohio State threatened to break through, Indiana's defense rose to the occasion, forcing a fumble or intercepting a pass to keep the game close. At halftime, the score was tied 3-3, a testament to the defensive battle. Both teams headed to the locker room knowing adjustments would be key, and the tension in the stadium was palpable. Fans on both sides anxiously discussed what it would take to finally break the deadlock. Ohio State finally broke through late in the third quarter, taking a 10-3 lead. Their offense found a spark, stringing together a series of quick passes and a powerful run to reach the end zone. The Buckeye fans erupted, believing their team had finally seized control. But Indiana answered with a methodical drive, tying the game early in the fourth and electrifying their fans. The Hoosiers mixed short passes with tough runs, eating up the clock and wearing down the Ohio State defense. When Indiana crossed the goal line, their section of the stadium exploded with hope and belief. The final minutes were tense, with Indiana's defense forcing a crucial punt. Coaches paced the sidelines, players shouted encouragement, and every snap felt like it could decide the outcome. The pressure mounted as the clock ticked down, and both teams dug deep for one last push. The Hoosiers drove into field goal range with seconds left. Their quarterback showed poise under pressure, completing key passes and managing the clock perfectly. The offense worked together seamlessly, setting up their kicker for a shot at glory. With 3 seconds on the clock, Indiana's kicker nailed the biggest kick of his life. The stadium fell silent as he lined up, every eye fixed on the field. The pressure was immense, but he remained calm, blocking out the noise and focusing on the task at hand. The ball sailed through the uprights as time expired. Instantly, the Indiana sideline erupted in celebration, while their fans screamed with joy. The impossible had become reality in the most dramatic fashion. Final score, Indiana 13, Ohio State 10. The impossible had happened. Indiana had toppled the mighty Buckeyes, sending shockwaves through the college football world. Indiana had toppled the giant and claimed the Big Ten crown. For the Hoosiers, it was a night that would be remembered for generations, a true triumph against all odds. As the field goal split the uprights, Indiana's sideline erupted in pure joy. The Hoosiers had secured their first outright Big Ten title since 1945, ending a 58-year drought. An undefeated 13-0 season, a win over the defending champs, and a program transformed overnight. For generations of fans, it was a dream realized. The victory vaulted Indiana to number 1 in the national polls for the first time ever. The moment symbolized a new era for Indiana football, proof that anything is possible. The 2025 Big Ten Championship became the defining moment in Hoosier history. The Big Ten championship game, though now a tradition, has evolved rapidly since its 2011 debut. Originally, division champs faced off, but imbalance soon emerged. East Division teams dominated for a decade. The addition of new schools and the elimination of divisions in 2024 created a true superconference. Now, the two best teams, regardless of geography, play for the title. The 2025 showdown between undefeated Indiana and Ohio State proved the new format's success. Ohio State remains the event's most decorated program, with 5 titles. Michigan follows with 3, but Indiana's win made them just the 7th school to claim the crown. The Big Ten's changes have produced fairer, more exciting championship games. The conference's evolution set the stage for unforgettable moments like Indiana's triumph. Indiana's stunning win shook up the college football playoff. Their perfect season earned them the number 1 seed and a first-round bye in the new 12-team playoff. Ohio State, despite the loss, secured the number 2 seed and a bye as well. The top 4 seeds, Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech, set up a thrilling bracket. Indiana's next test, a Rose Bowl quarterfinal against the winner of Alabama versus Oklahoma. Ohio State heads to the Cotton Bowl to face either Miami or Texas A&M. The expanded playoff promises more drama, with every round packed with powerhouse matchups. The road to the national title now runs through the Big Ten's best. The Hoosiers' storybook season continues on the sport's biggest stage. The 2025 Big Ten Championship will be remembered as one of college football's greatest upsets. Indiana's last-second field goal and 13-10 win over Ohio State became an instant classic. The victory snapped a 58-year drought and vaulted Indiana to national prominence. It was a legacy-defining moment for the program, players, and fans. The new Big Ten format delivered a true title fight, 2 undefeated teams, 1 unforgettable finish. The game's drama and significance will echo for years. Indiana's triumph proved that in college football, anything is possible. The night the Hoosiers stunned the world will forever be etched in history.